Hi everyone, it's Dr. Donna for Porch Sitting with Samantha. I'm here today to talk to you about managing our anxiety in times like these. So anxiety is forward-looking, and that means that we are thinking about the future and we haven't really connected it with the present. So this can mean worrying about things that have not happened yet. It can mean anticipating something bad happening, not even knowing what that might be. Some people talk about this as an impending sense of doom. And all of this is hard. So anxiety is actually helpful to some degree. So anxiety prepares us for things that might happen in the future. So if we're anxious about preparing for a flood, maybe we will bring in, things that could get damaged by the flood. We might store up some water in case the water doesn't work during a flood. We might store up some food in case the road is blocked. So in that sense, anxiety can be helpful because it helps us prepare. It also can keep us a little bit stuck. So if we're extremely worried about things, that may mean that we're stuck all the time. We use all our energy focusing on things that haven't happened yet. And that can be very, very hard. So I wanted to talk to you today about challenging anxiety. One of the ways that you can challenge anxiety is to use a rational thought approach. This is very much what we talk about in cognitive behavioral therapy, a term that therapists use, and an actual way of conducting therapy. Cognitive means to think. And so in the cognitive triangle, our thoughts often trigger our emotions, which often trigger our behavior. So say I'm anxious about whether I'm going to have enough money to pay the bills. Now, it may actually be that I don't have enough money to pay the bills. And in that case, I could make a plan. Like, I'm going to call my creditors and I'm going to talk with them about this is a hard time right now and I can't really pay my electric bill. Can I have a payment plan? So that would be making a plan to deal with the anxiety. And that can certainly make you feel better. It can certainly help you realize that it's not always going to be like this. So that's one way that you can have a rational approach to anxiety. Another thing that sometimes happens in anxiety is that we start to focus about things that haven't ever happened yet. Like, let's see, could we have imagined that we would have a pandemic? Probably not. And all of the thoughts and worry that might have come about if we had imagined that we could might have a pandemic would not have helped us during this time, because we wouldn't have known what kind of virus it might be or what kind of disease it might be and what would be the strategies to overcome it. So we're probably finding ourselves pretty anxious about this time we've just experienced, wondering what the next wave will be like. And can we really do anything about that? So yes, we can do some things about that, right? We can prepare a little bit. We can maybe gather some food that will not spoil and, that we might need if a second wave comes. And I'm saying that's a big if. Scientists believe that we may have the next big wave. I'm choosing to focus on hope right now that we'll have a vaccine, and that the vaccine, like all the vaccines in the past, like the diphtheria vaccine and the pertussis vaccine and the measles and the mumps vaccines and the chickenpox vaccine and all those vaccines, polio, all those vaccines that have helped humans survive these difficult times. I'm counting on that to help us. I'm counting on science to help us overcome this virus as well. And so When I sink into anxiety, and we all do from time to time, I remind myself that I've been through hard times before, and it's likely that I'm going to be able to manage those hard times just like we've managed this one. If you're feeling hopeless, if you're feeling anxiety ridden, talk to someone. Talk to your best friend. Talk to the people you live with. Find a therapist. We have lots of good ones in this area. And remind yourself, you're resilient. You've been through hard times before. I don't know what they are, but what I know about most people is they've had hard times before. And they wouldn't be here today if they weren't resilient. So resilience simply means to bounce back in the face of adversity. And that's where I'm going to leave us today. We've had some adversity, and we're going to bounce back. Thanks for listening. I'm Dr. Donna with Porch Sitting with Samantha.